Hello guys, good day and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good. So a subscriber sent this style that I'm going to be making, and the thing is that I don't have enough pattern paper at home. I don't have fabric that even if I want to recreate it for myself, I don't have the fabric. So but I promised that I was going to make it and upload it today, so I'm just going to be drafting it, and I'll not drop the sewing video. I'm not going to drop the joining video because I'm not going to make it for myself, but I will show you. Once you know how to cut it, I promise you will know how to join it. So the first thing, because this is a flared dress, we are going to be folding it in a bias form, just the way I just folded it. Now the next thing is to determine your, just take your shoulder measurement. So from here now, you determine, once you have your shoulder, mine is 7 inches, but I didn't use my exact measurements here because it will not be enough. So rather I use 10 inches, 3 inches for my shoulder. So that is the shoulder line. The next thing now, from the shoulder line, you can take your round measurement, or you can take it from that up, but I prefer taking mine from the shoulder line. So from that shoulder line now, I'm taking it round, or you just take it from all, then get your shoulder line. So this is how I'm going to be doing it. I'm taking my shoulder, then from that shoulder line, I'm marking my length, the length of my dress. I'll take it round. So this is a circle dress. So once you have your length, the desired length, your desired length, you cut it out. So this is our circle dress. We are cutting only the front now. That's the front. So from that, your shoulder line, you go down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. Then you take your chest line. So my normal chest line is 8 inches, but here I use 4 inches. So the next thing now, please don't take your shoulder measurement down again. So from that line, just connect it that way. Connect it that way. Don't say let you take your shoulder line again. Please don't take it, just leave it like that. Just connect it this way. So once you have it like this is not your armhole curve. I'm just doing that line. So the next thing now is to get the midpoint of your armhole, go in by 1/2 inch, then do your shoulder curve. Draw your armhole curve, sorry. So that is your armhole curve. Now the next thing is to take your bust measurement. So whatever you have, you just add your allowance, but here I don't like taking my bust measurement. Whatever I have on that chest line is what I'm going to use as my bust measurement. Or if you don't want it to be too big, you can just take the measurement. So I just want it to connect to that side line, but if you want to trim it off, if it's not, then you can take it. So the next thing is to take your neck width. You can use 3 inches neck width and 3 inches depth. The back should be 1 inch. So try not to be fast. So the next thing, so just take your neck width. If you are drafting this for yourself, 3 inches, the back is 1 inch, then the front depth is 3 inches. Also connect the front to the back, and also connect it, then connect your shoulder slope. So this is how simple it's going to look. So once you have it like this, you cut. Please, you are cutting only the back armhole. Then you connect your shoulder slope, trim out your back neckline. So this is what we have. So this is the dress. It's coming out already, like it's ready. So the next thing now is to fold it. Cut exactly the same thing for the back, but remember to add your zipper allowance. It has a zipper, but if you don't want it to have a zipper, you just have to just create a space for you to add your butt. You can just slit it open a bit, then add your butt. It is circle dress. So for this yoke part, you can determine how wide or how big you want your yoke to be, but it should be like this. So we have 2 ways of cutting this yoke. I'm going to show you the first one. The first one is easy and it will go very well, more than the second one. So I'll trim out the front neckline and the front armhole. So the next thing to do now is to take your tape. At your shoulder line, you go down by 5 inches or 6 inches. It depends on how much you want for your yoke. So I went down by 5 inches. Use 5 to 6 inches. So if you go down by 5 inches, you just make the line, then you connect this way to the armhole. Remember that it has this V v-neck stuff. So you also connect it to your to the midpoint unfold. So I'm not going to cut through this. So this is the first method of adding your yoke. So this is you get your fabric, that is your yoke. If you're not cutting it on your pattern paper, you get your yoke. Like let's say that the down one is your yoke. Just you place it and pin it. Make sure that the shoulder parts aligns very well and the sides are aligned, so you pin it. This is not the way you are going to cut it, but just be watching what I'm doing. So you mark where the yoke started and you mark where it stopped. So you cut your neckline. Every other thing should be equal. So you mark out this place where your yoke started from. You just mark it, then you remove it. Use your ruler and cut and connect the lines, the starting point and where it ended. So this is the yoke that we are going to be using. Please, if you know that this, if you don't understand this video, please just drop a comment. So this is what you should have. You should have it something like this when you cut it, and if you watch very well, you see that the lines are lines very well. So I decided to cut it on a brown paper so that you guys will understand what I'm saying. So this is the yoke. Assuming I'm making a dress, when I insert it, like after joining it, you see that the yoke, the midpoint and everything aligns very well. So this is what you will have. So for you to join this, because I said I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to join this. So for you to know how to join this your yoke to your dress without cutting it, then you have to get the front. Here is the place I just wrote front is the front. Let's assume is the front of your fabric. Then the yoke part of the dress, sorry, that is the front of the yoke. Also just place the front of the yoke will be facing the wrong part of your dress, just for you to turn it first. So the right part of your yoke will be facing the wrong part of your dress. Then you just join it and close the neck. Just sew the neck, top stitch it, sorry, notch it and flip it outside. Notch it and flip it outside. Then when you are folding, you just be folding and be holding it with you just be holding and be folding and be stitching it. So please get what I said. The wrong part of your dress is facing the right part of the yoke, while the right part of the dress is facing up. So after sewing it, notch it and flip it. So for the second part, you just have to cut out the yoke, but please don't use the second one, use the first one instead. So this is the first one. Please just use it, don't use the second one. It will be really hard for you to join it. So the next thing now is to cut the sleeve. I don't have this thing, I don't have enough pattern paper, like I said, to cut the sleeve, but this is the yoke part. But I will just demonstrate on how you can achieve your sleeve, just your normal sleeve. Now you are going to draft out your normal sleeve. So just once you get it, you get your sleeve length, you go down by 4 inches, you take your armhole measurement and your upper arm and everything, then you connect it. So let's assume that we are cutting the sleeve and this is how it's going to look. Then you take your sleeve measurements and everything, you connect the lines. So you just cut it out. Once you have your sleeve like this, you just cut it out. So the next thing is to remember that I went up by for the yoke, I went down by 4 inches, or 5 inches. So I'm going to go down by that 5 inches. I'm going to remove that 5 inches also. I'm going to be minusing 5 inches or 4 inches, just like you do for your off shoulder sleeve, but you just have to cut this out and cut it. So I will mark out the 5 inches, then connect it straight. I'm not going to remove the armhole part. The armhole part will still have a little thing left, so I'll cut it. So this is your cold shoulder sleeve. Here we are going to be attaching it. It still has something like the part that will enter the armhole. So once you have it like this, you just join and also join the other part, and you notice that the upper part will be open. That's how you cut your your coat shoulder sleeve. So the next thing, it has a draped sleeve on top of it. So you just determine how much you want to drape it, or how much you want it to fall. So on fold like this, I'm using 5 inches. Or for you, for if you're making your dress, please on fold you should use like maybe 10 inches or 7 inches. So you just get it straight, then get your sleeve length. You can use up to 4 inches to 5 inches. Then from, if your sleeve length is just, you connect it slantly, just make it to have that little slant line. So because this is just demonstrating it, it came out, it's looking too big, so I have to trim it. So this is the main, this main sleeve is down, then the drape part will be up. So I think I have a video where I made a dress sleeve. Just see the video and you understand what I'm saying. So that is how it will look if you, that is how it will look if you join it to your, you have to join it to your main sleeve before you attach it to your yoke part. So this is it. Please, it's just a quick tutorial, but if you don't understand it, just drop a comment. Then if you want the short, the back, the front part looks a bit short, you just have to go up at the midpoint. You just have to go up by 1 inch or ½ inch, then connect it slantly to match the seam line. Please, the seam line shouldn't be short. The seam line, the front seam line and the back seam line should match. So you just connect it this way, just connect it like that. The front should be higher, then the side should be low. So that's how you will get your, that's how you're going to get your front to be a bit higher. So this is what I have. So thank you guys. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any question, please just drop a comment. Thank you. Then if you have a video request, if you want me to make a dress for you, I'll show you how to, you can cut a pattern for a dress, just send me a message on WhatsApp. Thank you.